Hello children, welcome back to our online classes. So, as you all know that we are discussing about the government of India, and in this already we have discussed about the branches of the government, and also we have discussed about what are the powers and duties of the government, and also about the union or central government, and also the three branches of this union or central government. So there are three branches are there in the central government. They are the central legislature and also the central executive and judiciary. So about these three branches we have explained in our previous class and you have learned that. And in the today's class I am going to discuss about the President of India as well as the state government. Okay. So we can discuss now about the President of India. President ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು? President of India. President ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು? Yes, ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿ. ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನಾವು? Yes, he is the President of India. The President of India, he is the constitutional head of executive of the union. So our President is the constitutional head of executive of the union. President is the head of constitutional head of executive of the union, and the president is elected by the electoral college, which is comprises of members of both the houses of the parliament. Yes, we have the two houses, means that is Rajya Sabha as well as Lok Sabha, and also the elected members of the legislative assembly. So he is the President of India. The President, he is elected by both the members of both the houses, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, as well as the state legislative members, who are the elected state legislative members. So by these all the members, our president is going to be elected, and the president is aided and he is advised by the council of ministers, and who are headed by the prime minister. The president, they are aided and advised by the councils of ministers. Council ministers elected, so he is aided and advised by them, who are headed by the prime minister. Prime minister is head for the council of ministers, and the president of India is head for the armed forces. He is the head of armed forces. So what do you mean by the armed forces? Armed forces of India. The president is the head of armed forces of India. So armed forces means there are three armed forces are there. They are Navy, Army and Air Force. Navy, Army and Air Force, they are the armed forces of India, and our president is the head for this armed forces. And also the president appoints a small number, or he nominates the small number of members of both the houses, the Rajya Sabha as well as Lok Sabha. We know that already, we have discussed. So in Rajya Sabha, around the 12 members, yes, the 12 members are nominated of the president. It is called as Rashtrapati Bhavan, and the union territories and the national capital territory, they are directly governed by the central government. And this is about the President of India. So the President of India is the constitutional head of executive of the union. Now Rashtrapati is constitutional head of executive of the union. He is the head for the executive of the union. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇವರೇನು ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ರಾಜ್ಯಸಭಾ ಮತ್ತು ಲೋಕಸಭಾ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆದಂತ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಸೇರಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂಡ್ ಇವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ದ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಏಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೆಡ್ ಯಾರು ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಇದಲ್ಲದೆ ಏನು ರಾಜ್ಯಸಭಾ ಮತ್ತು ಲೋಕಸಭಾ ಒಳಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜನರನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನಾಮಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ರೈಟ್ಸ್ ಯಾರಿಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ ಅಂಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ criteria depending on some special criteria the president is going to be select the or he is going to be nominate the few people of the both the houses and also the president ಈ armed forces ಗೆಲ್ಲ head means ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಡಳಿತವನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋರು ಯಾರು president the navy army and air force ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಡಳಿತ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋರು ಯಾರು the president and also he appoints the prime minister appoint ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋರು ಯಾರು president ಈ president ಏನು he is the head of majority party of lok sabha and rajya sabha the council of states and official residence ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿ ಅವರ official residence ಗೆ ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿ ಭವನ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ and the union territories ಮತ್ತು national capital territory ಇದೆಲ್ಲ government directly these two are directly governed by the central government. This is about the president of India. And now a flow chart is given in your textbook about the union government. So if you remember that chart, you can easily remember all the things which are there here. Okay, now I will give you that chart here. So it is what it made you too easy to remember all the aspects rather than reading lengthy. Okay, so here the union government, so here come the president. So under the president here is executive and legislature. Here is the executive. Or you can say the council of ministers. And here comes legislature. Okay, the council of executive, the council of ministers, and the legislature, which we call as the parliament. Okay, and here in the parliament it comes two houses. We said the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. So two houses are there under this legislature. Yes, what are those? The Council of States, Council of States, or we can say Rajya Sabha. Council of States or Rajya Sabha, and the second one is House of People So here in the council there are 250 members maximum. Okay. So maximum how many members are there? 250 members, and here 552 members maximum. Okay, 552 members maximum. Right? So here in the Council of States in Rajya Sabha there are 250 members maximum. Okay, the maximum, the member of Council of States are 250 members, and here in Lok Sabha the 552 members, the maximum. And here, so again in this we can say among these 250 members, 238 members they are elected, means the 238 members are the representatives of state and union territories. These are representatives of state and union territories. State and union territories. And the 12 members. The 12 members they are nominated by the president. 12 members nominated by the president. Okay. So here in the Council of States or Rajya Sabha there are maximum 250 members will be there, and among these 250 members the 238 members are the representatives of state and union territories, and 12 members are nominated by the president. And here in the Lok Sabha there are 552 members maximum, and among that 530 are the representatives of states. And see, we can see here. So here in this 530 members are representatives of states. Yes, the 530 members they are representatives of the state, and 2 are nominated by president. 2 are nominated by president. That too the Anglo-Indian community. So they are belongs to the Anglo-Indian community. So there are, and again the 20 members. 20 members are union representatives. Union representatives. Union representatives. So this is the structure of the union government. So here under the president, the executive, council of ministers and legislature or parliament is there, and under the parliament there are 2 houses. One is Council of States or Rajya Sabha, and another one is House of People or Lok Sabha. And Council of Ministers or the Rajya Sabha having the maximum 250 members, and the House of People or the Lok Sabha it is having 552 members in maximum, and legislature, the state legislature, the state legislature have two houses. So one is Vidhan Sabha, or the Legislative Assembly. Vidhan Sabha or Legislative Assembly. And second one is Vidhan Parishad, or the Legislative Council. The state legislature ಅಲ್ಲಿ again two houses are there. ಒಂದೇನು ವಿಧಾನ ಸಭಾ ಅಥವಾ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವಿಧಾನ ಪರಿಷತ್ ಅಥವಾ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ವಿಧಾನಸಭೆ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ, ವಿಧಾನಸಭೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವಿಧಾನ ಪರಿಷತ್ತು. So the state legislature have Vidhan Sabha or Legislative Assembly and Vidhan Parishad or Legislative Council. So these are the two houses of the state legislature, but almost all the states are having only one house, that is Vidhan Sabha or Legislative Assembly. So yeah, ಅಂದ್ರೆ almost all states ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಎರಡು ಹೌಸ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಕಾಮನ್ಲಿ one house ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಯಾವುದಂದ್ರೆ ವಿಧಾನ ಸಭಾ or Legislative Assembly. And this, the whole law making power is there with this Legislative Assembly, and there are maximum 500 and minimum 60 seats will be there in the Legislative Assembly. Maximum ಎಷ್ಟಿರ್ತವೆ 500 and minimum ಎಷ್ಟಿರ್ತವೆ 60 seats will be there in the legislature, and it has the term of 5 years. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ maximum ಎಷ್ಟಿರ್ತವೆ in the Vidhan Parishad, in the Vidhan Sabha, in the legislature. Okay, what we can say, in the legislature there are 500 maximum and 60 minimum seats will be there. Seats will be there in the legislature. And the term of this is 5 years. Okay, the 5 years terms will be there. And to become the member of this Legislative Assembly, what we can say, the MLA. Okay, to become the MLA or the member of Legislative this Assembly, to become the member of Legislative Assembly, he have to be, there are again 3 criteria are there. So MLA means member of Legislative Assembly. So I will write here, member of Legislative Assembly have to be. So he should be the citizen of India, India's ನಾಗರಿಕರಾಗಿರಬೇಕು, citizen of India, and also age should be more than 25 years, 25 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಏಜ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. And on the electoral roll concerned with the states, it is concerned with states. So since it is the state assembly, then it India, and he have to be more than 25 years. Only 25 years ಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ವಯಸ್ಸಾಗಿರಬೇಕು. And on the electoral roll, the concern with state. So electoral roll ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನ ಹೆಸರು ಇರಬೇಕು, concern with the state. ಯಾವ ಸ್ಟೇಟಿನ MLA ಆಗಬೇಕಿರ್ತಾರೋ ಆ ಸ್ಟೇಟಿಂದ ಮತದಾರರ ಪಟ್ಟಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಿರಬೇಕು ಅವನ ಹೆಸರು ಇರಬೇಕು. So this is the criteria to become an MLA of any states. He have to be have this all the qualities. So and next is the state executive. This is about the state legislature, and next one is the state executive. The state executive. So here in the state executive, the governor is the head. Governor. Yes. Governor is head for the state executive. State executive head irtaru, governor irtaru, and he is the representative of the president. Ivrna ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡೋರು president, and they is the head of the executive. So ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಗವರ್ನರ್ ನಾವು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, he is the head of the executive, but the real executive power, it is there with the chief minister, or what we call as the CM, who is the head of the council of ministers. Okay, and the council of ministers of state is responsible to the elected legislative assembly of the state. So now first ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, governor ಏನಿದು, he is the head of the state executive. State executive ಗೆಲ್ಲ head ಯಾರು, governor, and he is the representative of the president. So now ಇವರು governor ನ head ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಇವ್ರ ಕಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲ executive powers ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. So real ಆಗಿ executive power ಇರೋದು ಯಾರ ಕಡೆ, it is with the chief minister, that is CM. Chief minister, who is the head of the members of the ministers, council of ministers, is CM, chief minister. He is the head of the council of ministers. ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆ ಏನಿರ್ತಾವು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಥಾರಿಟಿ ಇರ್ತಾವು. The power of executive will be there. The real power of executive will be there with the chief minister. But ಏನು head ಅಂತ ಇರೋದು governor, but authority ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಯಾರು, chief minister. So likewise it is there. This is the state executive. And next is the state judiciary. The state judiciary. So here it comes the high court, right? So high court, here what we can say, all the disputes and all, this is dealt by the high court here, and almost all states. Here the high courts are present in almost all the states. Ella states ಒಳಗೂ ಏನಿರ್ತಾವು, high courts ಇರ್ತಾವು, and the chief justice, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಇರ್ತಾರಂದ್ರೆ chief justice along with some judges. Okay, some other judges will be there, and the president appoints the chief justice of the high court as well as the other judges. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಜಡ್ಜಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೋ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಚೀಫ್ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್, ಇವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋರು the president, and the judges are appointed after consulting the governor of the state as well as the chief justice. So here the state judiciary, almost all the states have high court, and the chief justice will be there along with the other judges. So these are the chief justice and the judges, they are appointed by the president. So that too by taking the consult, by consulting the governor as well as the chief justice, the president will select the judges and all. So this is about the state judiciary. So here again in the state government there are three houses, the state legislature and the state executive and state judiciary. And the state legislature, it is having two houses, one is Vidhan Sabha and another one is Vidhan Parishad. So almost all the commonly is the system of government. So now we will see that. Government. The group of people with the authority to govern a country or a state is known as government. And why do we need a government? The purpose of government is to facilitate the smooth functioning of a country affairs, and also to bring about an order in the overall governance of the country. The government also works towards managing the country's resources in an ethical and responsible manner. It is also protects its people from potential danger. India has a democratic government. India is the world's largest democracy. So it is by the people, of the people and for the people. Constitution of India came into effect on 26th January 1950, and every year we celebrate 26th January as Republic Day of India. And we can see the map of India here: 29 states, 6 union territories and 1 national territory, that is Delhi. The country follows the constitution according to which the government functions. So the branches of government are the legislature, the executive and the judiciary. These are the 3 branches of government. And the system of government. So Indian government is having the union or the central government and the state government. These are the 2 tiers of the Indian government. And powers and duties. So respective areas of duties are there, and with that they are having some powers. The central government holds power in accordance with the union list. According to the union list, the central government works like foreign affairs, defense, communications, like this. And the state government holds power in accordance with the state list. So the state list consists of public health, taxation on agriculture and local government. Both the governments can hold power in accordance with the concurrent list, and that concurrent list have criminal laws, marriages and education. Union or the central government. So here it is the central government. It resides and governs from New Delhi. The central union government has 3 branches again: the central legislature, the central executive and the judiciary. The central legislature or the parliament. So parliament again it has 2 houses. One is Rajya Sabha and another one is Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha. It is also called the upper house or the council of states. And here 250 members are there maximum, and in that 238 members elected by the states and union territories, and the 12 members nominated by the president. So these 12 members nominated by the president They should have the practical knowledge or knowledge about the literature, science, art and social service. Elections to the Rajya Sabha are indirect. Rajya Sabha members, so they are the elected members of legislative assemblies of states, so they indirectly elect. The Rajya Sabha is a parliament house, it can never be dissolved, and the elected members are having the period of 6 years, and Rajya Sabha members have, they are the Vice President of India, ex officio Chairman of Rajya Sabha. The members of parliament have to be citizens of India, 30 years or more in age, and on the electoral rolls of any parts of the country. And Lok Sabha, it is also called the lower house or the house of the people. Here 552 members are there in maximum. 530 are the represent the state and 20 represent the union territories, and 2 nominated by the president who belongs to Anglo-Indian community. According to the constitution, the term of the Lok Sabha is 5 years. And it is headed by the speaker. Members of parliament have to be citizens of India, more than 25 years of age, and on the electoral roll of any part of the country. The central executive. The central executive has the sole authority and is responsible for the daily administration of the state bureaucracy. The president is head of the state, and vice president and council of ministers, and the prime minister is the head of the government, and council ministers, they are appointed by the president and on the advice of the prime minister. Recommendation. The judiciary or the Supreme Court, that is there in New Delhi, it holds the supreme power in the judicial system of the country. The Chief Justice and 25 judges will be there here, and they are all appointed by the President. The Indian Constitution gives the Supreme Court absolute power for enforcement of fundamental rights. The center and state disputes are dealt with the Supreme Court, and also the transfer of cases from the high courts, they are dealt in the Supreme Court. The President of India. The President of India is the constitutional head of executive of the Union. So the President is elected by the Electoral College, which is consisting of elected members of Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, and also the elected members of state legislature. And here the President is the head of the armed forces of India, like Army, Navy and Air Force, and President nominates the few of the members of both the houses, and he appoints the Prime Minister, who is the head of both Lok Sabha and Council of Ministers, means majority parties. And the official residence of President is called Rashtrapati Bhavan. The Union Territories and the National Capital Territory are controlled directly by the central government. ಕೇಳಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ I will conclude my class here. Thank you. Have a nice day.